Okay, hi, I'm Helen. I'm the Manning Coastcare coordinator. This is my partner Lee. And we've got a bit of a patch here in Wingham. It's just a 900 square metre block. But we've just over the past year or so, we've been really developing the garden. So it's still relatively early days, but yeah, it feels like we've come a long way, which is really exciting. Yeah, so we'll just walk you through a few of the different areas in our garden.
Sweet, thank you.
Thank you. So up the top here, we've got a bit of a garlic patch. First time we've grown garlic, so we're really excited to see how that goes. It's looking a bit scruffy, but yeah, hopefully we'll get something good out of it because we use a lot of garlic, so it'll be...
So yeah, we've popped some like swales here to catch the natural runoff.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a sloping block. So these swales are yeah, in place to hopefully slow the water flow across the site. And then obviously we've got lots of brassicas in here. We've got green cabbage and red cabbage. We had a netting over the top to stop the cabbage moths, but it wasn't entirely successful. But yeah, yeah. The cabbages are coming on well, so we'll be making lots of sauerkraut.
Broccolini.
Yes, broccolini, which we haven't picked in time.
Yeah, but the bees like it.
Yeah, good for the bees. Yeah, the borage is there mainly for bees. This is obviously not exactly a productive area. This is just for our own enjoyment and for Bolt to drink from. But yeah, it's just a really lovely way to enjoy our garden. And it's a bit of a, for me, I really like the native plants. So we've got a bit of a collection of natives around that have been successful in varying degrees, but yeah.
So it was just bare dirt.
Yes.
When we got here.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, when we got here, there was pretty much this Tiburtina was here, and that, and obviously the palm tree, and that was about it. The this like the wooden shed down here. Yeah, this wooden shed down here was there, and it had a bit of an overgrown patch in front of it. But apart from that, pretty much everything
so
we've put in place.
The olive tree and the what have we got up here? Those ones?
Oh, so we've got, yeah, just some natives. We've got a grevillea and a lily-pilly, and then a mulberry tree there as well, which is in the process of both losing leaves and also growing new leaves. So it's excited about the end of winter, I think.
Just, yeah, planted those trees as a bit of a shade.
A screen, yeah, for the neighbouring property. So just for a bit of privacy in case anyone ever builds in there. Yeah.
More brassicas, we've got broccoli in there.
So yeah.
A nice broccoli head.
We've got some nice broccoli coming on. There's Romanesco broccoli in here, but it's not actually forming a head yet. So we're waiting with bated breath to see if we get Romanesco. Lots of kale. We love kale. We use a lot of it. Another olive tree, but that's for my brother. Lots of broccolini, as you can see. A lot of it that we've been too slow to pick. And then snow peas.
And just silver beet and some more cabbages over there. They don't get a lot of sun near the fence.
As you can probably tell, we don't really believe in much in pest control, chemical pest control. Most things have been munched a little bit, but we figure we've got so much we can definitely have some to share, and we'd rather have holes in our plants than
but
poisons.
It's fairly healthy, like.
Yeah, okay. Got strawberries that are still producing. They haven't stopped since summer, which is really awesome. The most tastiest strawberries you'll ever try. This salvia is really popular with bees, especially native bees. We get a lot of blue-banded bees, teddy bear bees. Yeah, we've got lots of native bees around here, which is really good. Leaf-cutting bees. Yeah, so that's been really, really nice. Seeing all the...
Up in here.
Oh yeah, go around there. Lee's got some native bee homes.
Just little holes. I mean, they've got a lot of. So I've just drilled some bamboo in here, and you can see somebody's made a home up here. On here as well. Somebody's built this over here. But yeah, we've always got things coming and going in there. It's good at sort of, rather than have a bee hotel.
And we've got the wicking beds.
Oh, yep.
Do you want to talk about how you made those?
So the wicking beds are just an IBC container cut in half, filled up with that much gravel, and some weed mat, and then soil on top.
With a coil of pipe in the bottom.
Ag pipe down the bottom.
With holes in it.
Yeah, the ag pipe. So we've got, that's just to fill it up with water. So it's a really good way to save water. The plants just take what they need. And so we just fill that up until the overflow down here is. So that's pretty much full there now. You can see the water in there. You can tip that out. But, yeah, so this has been really good. We don't really have to water these at all.
Yeah, they don't get watered from the top.
They don't get watered from the tap. They just have rain and whatever's in the thing. As you see, they're pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Got some snail traps in there with some beer.
So you get a lot less evaporation.
Yeah.
Because you're not watering on top of the leaves.
Yeah, so
they're
you can
just
see that
drawing up the water that they need.
See the broccoli there's.
We had a lot more broccoli.
We had a party on the weekend.
And Lee gave broccoli to everyone.
This one's probably gone a bit too far. We can probably pick that one.
Yeah,
out.
that one needs to get picked. Yeah.
Yeah. So self-seeded lettuce everywhere, which pretty much we just pick and just use as mulch.
Green. Yeah.
I mean, we can pick it sometimes, but I don't really eat.
We don't eat a lot of lettuce. We just use as green mulch.
This is a herb garden.
Yeah, perennial herb garden. That basil, this perennial basil here, again, as you can see, extremely popular with the bees. Absolutely love it, and that has gone absolutely crazy. We that's our dog. We planted it quite small, and it's just gone crazy. And we keep snapping branches off it, trying to, give the other herbs a bit of sunlight, and it's just constantly growing so big. And but yeah, like it's we don't want to kind of cut it back too much because it's so popular with the bees. So that's really nice. Yeah. So we've got more borage for pollinators. Got some mizuna, just some. Yeah, which is going to flower as well. But again, we're really happy to have things go to flower for pollinators. And then our passion fruit, which has gone really crazy as well. We haven't had any fruit off it yet, so but it
took a while to.
Took a long while to take off.
Yeah, we've been using lots of recycled stuff as well. So there's an old queen mattress that we had, so I stripped it back, and that formed the pellets for that. And then behind you there, Joel, that's the coconut core off the mattress. I've just popped that down there under the shed to stop weeds coming up. But yeah, so rather than take it to the tip, it wasn't that hard to disassemble with a Stanley knife. And
the passion fruit has really loved climbing up it. So
also recycled stuff. So anytime we have cardboard, we'll lay it down because my goal is not to have lawn. So this wood chip here that you see was from a privet that we got cut down. Yeah,
we had a big large leaf privet out the back, and we got that taken down at last, thankfully.
So a bit of weed mat and cardboard under there just to stop the weeds, but that's the ultimate goal is just to have sort of like these little
not to mow, not to have to mow anymore. Do its thing.
Yeah, that's the little
workstation.
That's the little workstation.
Yeah.
And that's our flow hive that we're keen to get up and running. I've got to paint it, and it's an awesome thing. That's where you harvest the honey in there.
Yeah.
We're still learning. So.
Yeah, Australian invention, that one.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool.
Be very good. Bok choy, just so we can come out and grab it as we need it.
We have to do that.
We've been using it quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the greenhouse. Yeah, so
I built this out of just recycled windows that I got from there's a second-hand store in here in Wingham that closed down. So I got these top ones for $2 each,
which is amazing.
And these big tempered glass ones from the Tuncurry tip for like $5 each, and they just fit perfectly. I didn't have to trim them at all. So I just built the frame, but that's been really good.
That's
so
fantastic.
As you can see, we've got tomatoes. It's mid-July, and we've got tomatoes growing really good. No other heating than we just close the door and it backs onto our lounge room, so with the sort of heat from inside sort of warms this area a bit.
Yeah, and it's we're really, really lucky because this is north facing.
Yeah.
So it really gets the ideal sunlight.
It's so as the tomatoes grow, I just pick off the suckers and chuck in here, and then as you can see, they just keep growing. So that'll be tomatoes for summer.
Yeah, there's a few golden beetroot in there as well.
Old beetroot, they're not real.
They're not doing so well, but it's just just trying things. Well, everything we do is just trying. So Lee built this May last year, so it hasn't been that long.
Last year or the year before?
Last year, May last year. Yeah. And we had an amazing crop of tomatoes. August last year, I think it started, and it just didn't stop for months. We had amazing tomatoes.
Also too, it keeps the fruit fly away.
Yeah. Got some purple beans.
Purple runner beans.
Yeah, which have been really, really good. We've gotten lots off them, which are like they're still going.
They're still producing now.
So we were picking them small and just eating them like green beans. But then these ones we're letting fatten up and using them as dry shell beans. Yeah.
So a little fire pit area in here. We actually had some friends over on Sunday.
All socially distanced.
Socially distanced, of course. So just using stuff that's been around. A lot of the stuff here we've used, like the rock garden there. I mean, pretty much all those boulders were strewn around this place. So I've made those.
Even this old, this was an old bed head that was just left in the shed. So we've been like scavenging.
I just made some stuff out of there, just little stools and stuff. But I like using recycled stuff.
Yeah, and we've got a grape growing up here as well. It did really well last year. So we only planted it last year sometime. And it was really small when we planted it, and it grew out to here. So we've just trimmed it back for winter, and hopefully that'll go.
We've got a tiny little water tank here, but we'll get a big one out the back here. There's not a lot of room for one, but that's just handy just to fill up the water and
so from our lounge room, you can you look out into the greenhouse, which is really just a really nice vista to look out onto the green. And there you go. Put the lights on.
Also it makes it cooler in summer.
Yeah, that cuts a lot of the sun.
These winds are used to just get the north sun in summer.
Yeah.
And and warmer in winter. So
we love it.
It's been an easy thing to build, but relatively. But it's been really great.
Yeah, it's been a really beautiful addition to the house.
And you can just reach through here and pick herbs when they're in.
Pick a tomato.
Pick a tomato.
We can just come down from the kitchen and grab what we need.
So this is the fungal farm in our bathroom.
So in the bathroom we've got our oyster mushrooms growing.
That was coming right off.
In the harvest anyway, so it's a nice handful of oysters. Mushrooms, so.
Yeah, so they're just growing in sugarcane mulch.
So yeah, so the sugarcane mulch you have to sterilise before you pack them in the buckets. So we just sterilise it with builder's lime, just a small amount.
Yeah, and
then leave it overnight.
yeah, and put in the
grain spawn.
The grain spawn, yeah, which we got from the mother fungus out at Old Bar.
This one's actually growing on kitty litter.
Recycled paper kitty litter.
So recycled paper kitty litter. So we've already harvested off this one.
Yeah, well
they're starting to grow again. So.
Yeah, all of these have been harvested several times. They're looking a little bit sad at the moment. They need refreshing, but yeah, we've had several harvests off them. So.
But enough to just pick a handful and put in a stir fry with the bok choy and then we can.
You're laughing. Bit of broccolini. Oh, that's my kombucha. So yeah, I've recently been getting into the fermentation game and making a lot of kombucha and sauerkraut, and yeah, we love it. It's really, really good. Okay, so this is our chook shed that Lee and his son Blake built just recently. So we don't have any chooks yet, unfortunately, but that was a while ago. Yeah. We haven't had chooks for a while. So this is new. So this is a bit of a...
we can let them out.
So we don't actually have to climb in there to let them out in the morning. And there's like to access the nest boxes. We've got a little access point there, which will be really handy.
Again, this was mainly recycled stuff. This used to be a cubby house.
Yeah.
For the kids at their mum's place. So
when they were little.
We deconstructed it and then reconstructed it as a chook shed.
With some pallets or something?
With some pallets.
Look inside.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, watch your head there. Poor moringa, I think that's what it's.
Yeah, so it's still under construction. So there's some perches in there and some. Yeah, so we're just waiting for some ladies
to join us. Yeah, and so we've got a few, like the idea is to have it also as a little bit of a mini orchard as well. This is a really sad old peach tree, which we will get rid of at some point when other things grow up, but it will be valuable shade in summer.
Well, it's got plenty of buds on it. So.
Yeah. And we've got some, pigeon peas growing at the back there. So pigeon peas are a perennial pea crop. So that means they bring nitrogen into the soil from the air, like all legumes do, and the foliage is actually really good fodder crop for chickens or any other livestock. And you can also pick and use the peas from them as well, like lentils or
that's kind of why we just let this area go, just in prepreration for
chickens, because chickens obviously will love this.
Yeah.
They'll love eating it down.
Sad-looking lemon tree there.
Got dwarf lemon tree and an elderberry. So dwarf lemon tree there. That's a moringa, but I think it might be too cold for it here because it's really struggling. And then we've got this little elderberry tree there as well. But it's got some. It's actually got some flowers coming on by the looks of it. So
the soil up here wasn't real good.
It was terrible.
It's mainly just backfill, so if you dig down, it's just rocks. So,
it's rocks and clay.
That's why we're trying to improve it. And so having chickens up here, and we'll just keep throwing some deep mulch in here, and hopefully it'll
improve the soil.
So.
Yeah, so we can have some other fruit trees growing in here as well. We did put down a few bags of horse manure. Just to add a little something to the soil before we planted anything. Because before it was just always looked so dead and dry up here. So
this is a work in progress up here.
Yeah, very much. So I'm going to be planting more herbs down in here. It's going to be a bit of a herb garden. We've got wormwood and borage at the moment. The wormwood is really good for chickens. So the idea is that will grow up and the chickens will be able to peck at it through the fence without actually killing the plant. They'll just be able to trim it as it grows.
Self-medicate.
Yeah, and so wormwood apparently is really good for chickens for controlling worms, funnily enough, and other sort of pests like lice and so on. So yeah, the idea is that they'll be able to self-medicate a little bit with that herb there. So yeah.